What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and this is a follow-up video to the P5 review. In this video, we're going to be focusing on the newly improved Magik and Cyclops. This video isn't going to be quite as long as the last one, but I did want to go ahead and show some bonus footage that I had. In this first battle, we're going to be fighting Baron Strucker and his mini-bosses, the bosses of the Mission 2 and Spec Ops 10. For this battle, we're going to be using the Tactician Power Armor. We're going to also be using the P5 Tactician Cyclops outfit, and Magik, of course, is a scrapper. The best thing about battling bosses is you're able to see some more of the setup moves take place, since the battles last a lot longer than just the normal one. So we placed Evasive Maneuvers on the entire team, so they will be able to counterattack. And now we're going to put Flanked on Hammerhead. So we will gain a follow-up attack on Hammerhead, and we'll end up getting a second Soul Charge, and we didn't even have to hit an Infiltrator to do so. And you can see there the Magik's doing some amazing damage already, and we've almost knocked out a mini-boss that quickly. Now we went ahead and we got Flames of Destruction, and we're going to use Neurotrope, which put a few amazing buffs on people like Regeneration and Cyclops gain Strengthened. Now we're going to use Tonic Sledge, and you see that it did over 7k due to some of the finest hour buffs that go along with Neurotrope. That time the gadget only gave us 2, but sometimes it'll give you 3 or 4. And there goes a Combat Expertise, and we finish off a mini-boss. Once again, we're going to get a double hit, but it's not necessary. Baron Strucker can sometimes be a pain because he evades so many attacks. But we'll see how quickly Magik and Cyclops can take them out. Even in the next wave, we still have Combat Expertise going off, and it gave us Tactical Maneuvers, and also placed Flanked on the Blaster. With this extra turn, we're going to go ahead and put Flanked on Baron Strucker. And we could put Flanked on the last opponent as well, but instead we're going to use a Mega Optic Blast. And there you can see we put Incapacitation on both of the blasters, and that could go ahead and kick in at any time. When it does kick in, it acts just like a stun would. And since I used that move, I'm going to go ahead and mention a team that I stumbled across, and that is Cyclops and Constrictor. Constrictor has a move called Snake Eater, which exploits stuns, and Mega Optic Blast hits the entire opponent team, and applies Incapacitation, which counts as a stun. So Snake Eater ends up doing pretty good damage, and I found that Constrictor and Cyclops were a pretty awesome team. So that's going to be in an upcoming episode of Team Spotlight. I think you guys should like the team, and I was pleasantly surprised by what I saw. So that's just a little sneak peek of an upcoming episode that I kind of mentioned in the last video. Well, in the battle we used Quantum Jumper, so we're able to attack with Magik and Cyclops again. And since there's Flanked on Baron Strucker, Magik can get those 2 Soul Charges really quickly. Hopefully next turn we'll be able to do one of her attacks at full potential. We're going to use an item there to just give some stamina back. And we have tons of Shawarma, so we just went ahead and used it. Magik is getting kind of low on HP, but she's going to go ahead and counterattack with a Soulsword. And the other blaster dies of dots. So Evasive Maneuvers is able to be put on once again. So we're going to have Combat Expertise. And we're going to use the second ability of Cyclops just to mix it up, even though it's not going to place Exhausted on Baron Strucker since he's a boss. But normally it would put Exhausted on a Tactician, and then that would stop their tactical maneuvers. Now we're going to go into a PvP fight with these two. It's going to be against a pretty strong opponent, and he's using some really good characters, Iron Patriot and Rescue. Magik gets to take the first turn, and I probably should go after Rescue, but I really am worried about War Machine, so we hit him first, and we did pretty good damage on him actually. This was the first time I was using these two together in a PvP match, and so I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with this team. They're both definitely improved, but I wasn't sure about putting these two together. Their agent has hard knocks, so they're going to preemptively strike anyone with burning that tries to attack them. But we have to try the Hotshot because we really need some stuns, especially on rescue. We would love to stun rescue, and then hopefully she wouldn't remove it. But we've been having some really bad luck with the Hotshot lately, and we just can't seem to stun anyone that we really need to. And there you see we stunned everyone but rescue. So what she's going to do is she's going to hit that blaster. She gains an extra turn like she needed more. She usually will use that, now she's going to use the shield, so that's pretty bad. We really didn't want her to get that shield off. Still, the agent and War Machine are stunned. We're going to put Evasive Maneuvers on. And now if we didn't get any stuns and we really needed to stun the enemy team, we could try the Mega Optic Blast. And it would put incapacitation on everyone, and they may have to skip their next turn as if they were stunned. That move can really come in handy. But anyways, we're going to use Exploit Weakness, and we're going to use it on rescue. So that's going to limit her attacks. It's going to put Exhausted on her. So there we go, we hit her, and she has Exhausted and Weak Point. We don't want her going so many times like she did last turn. So now it's Magik's turn. And once again, I should have probably went right for rescue. And instead, I used the stealth move on War Machine. So we're going to hit Iron Patriot. It is stealthy and it's going to get through, but we're still going to get magnetized, which is pretty annoying. But we do gain our second soul charge, and we proc Ruler of Limbo. So we're going to hit the whole team with an AoE attack. Unfortunately, their shields took that damage, but there is poison applied. So now it's going to be my agent's turn, and we're going to use Signpost. We also procced both of the spells there, Flames of Destruction and Fiery Retribution. We're going to use Hard Knocks on rescue. That way we'll apply Soulfire and remove many of her buffs. Alright, so that worked out pretty well. There goes Fiery Retribution, and it did over 8k, so that's an amazing application of it. That just goes to show you that there's pretty good damage potential there. 8k bonus damage is always welcome. Now it's Cyclops' turn, and we're deciding what we want to do here. We could hit their Bruiser agent, but instead what we're going to do is we're going to apply Exhausted to War Machine. So that's going to limit him quite a bit. He went for a full overcharge, and that's going to be the end of his turn. So you see how that worked out well against him. Their agent of course has that scroll and used it. Now they're going to go with Hotshot, so let's hope it doesn't stun too many characters. We also should get a Combat Reflexes counterattack. So there it goes. They did become enraged since they hit a Scrapper. And we did okay damage on that counterattack. Now it's going to be Magik's turn. She did get Fiery Retribution, and we should go after rescue, so that's what we're going to do. We hit her, but we didn't have enough, but she's still going to get killed with Fiery Retribution. That time it did only 2k, but we'll take it, and any bonus damage is welcome. Our Hotshot's going to be ready to use again, right after the Signpost. So let's go ahead and use that. It's going to do some pretty decent damage. And let's see if we get any stuns. Now we stunned War Machine. Then we got Fiery Retribution on both players as well, for over 4,000 damage more. We hit their agent with an Optic Blast. And War Machine had to wait out his turn since he was stunned. It looks like we have this battle pretty well in hand. And the team's working out, and I'm sure that there could be some tweaks and maybe some better uses. And that comes with just playing with a team. The more you use a team, the more familiar you should get with them. And then you'll know exactly what to do with them in different situations. Now on Magik's turn, we're going to go ahead and unleash Hell on both of them. That way we put some really strong debuffs on them that should whittle them down and ultimately finish them if nothing else works. Next we're going to get our agent's turn. We're going to use Signpost, and then we could attack their agent, but they're going to die from debuffs, And to be honest, we know we have Soulfire, so if we attack them, we're going to get hit preemptively with their hard knocks. So we go ahead and finish War Machine. Now that it's Cyclops' turn, we're going to use Evasive Maneuvers. And we know this is over, and we also know he's going to get preemptively hit. But we go ahead and attack anyways. And that's exactly what we thought would happen. But the dots go ahead and tick off their agent, and the match is over. That's going to be the end of this quick follow-up video. I hope that you got a better look at Magik and Cyclops, and I hope you enjoyed the video as well. I want to thank you for watching and ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos.